sins as I cry. Kolo Yahweh, Vashim Yahweh, Babakshah Yahweh, for the Akim that you supply. Kolo Yahweh, Vashim Yahweh, Vashim Yahweh, Yahweh, for the aqua that you supply. Kolo Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh, Rakata Yahweh, for all the time. Kolo Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh, Yahweh, for your mercy all the time. Call on Yahweh, Vashim Yahweh. I worship and praise you, my Father, for eternity as I cry. Call on Yahweh, Vashim Yahweh. Shalom. Shalom. It's your brother, Obadiah, and Hokanad. And I'm here this evening with you because Yahawah Shem Yahushai, he dwells in his children, his men, his chosen people, all the time that he dwells in them. Just want to make sure that we get that understood. And he ain't jumping into nobody. Demons might jump into you, but the spirit don't jump into you. Okay, so let's be right. Okay, let's get some things right. Now, Shalom. I want to start off by giving, of course, salutations to the hopeful elect and all of the Akhbab and the Akim and all of the brethren that have been diligently in this truth. I want to give a special admiration and my respect to the apostles who have been bringing the truth out for decades in and decades out. And they stick to what's important, which is the sacred name of the Father, which is Yahawah, and the Son, YAHAWAH. And this is like unprecedented that this is not being done throughout the entire environment of this miraculous awakening that the Most High Yahawah Shem Yahushua is bringing forward in his truth, which is his prophetic process that he has brought forward and is awesome in the manner and the nature that it's going. And it's alive. Prophecy is a living thing. Now, when I say living thing, don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about living in the sense that people try to emulate something that's of a carnality-based situation. No. Prophecy that the Most High brings forth is his prophecy is living because of his infinitiveness of his design on infinitive creation. And we're going to get into that a little bit. Now, again, let me just say this. This lesson this evening, hey, is going to ruffle some Israelite feathers. But you know what? The Most High, through Yahawah Shem Yahushai, all praises and honor go always to him. Don't know praises and honor go to nobody else but the Most High Yahawah Shem Yahushai. And the reason why I say that is because the Most High is a jealous power. He's a jealous God. And he's looking for, as I've done lessons on this before, a higher love. The first love. He has to be the first love. There cannot be another love that's above his love. There cannot be a substitute or anything else. Everything that is being done and everything that's happening is happening because the Most High Yahawah, the Father, is in complete control of everything and running down the process of management through his Son Yahushua, and of course in the contractors working for him, the rest of the natural and the supernatural throughout the realm of heaven and earth and everywhere else, and the angels. So let's not get it twisted. there's nothing else going to happen except for what the Most High has already predetermined and preset in motion. And if you're not on board with what he's doing, and if you can't flow with the prophecy that's alive that he's pushing forward, then you just need to get the hell out the way and go sit down, because this is what you say that you want to do anyway, is go sit down and wait for YAHAWAH. We don't get into this today because the Most High don't like no lazy ass people. He don't have no lazy servants. He don't have no lazy brethren. He don't have no lazy sisters. He don't have no lazy aqua, or he have no lazy akium. If you lazy, then you out. If you blend, then you bleed. It's real simple. We're not doing this today. This is going to be a lesson that's going to cut me, yes, and everybody else, because the Most High has had enough. He says, look, you're going to stop worrying about what I do the way I do it. This is what the Most High is saying, not me. He's saying, I do everything. And I put bug outs out here. I put men out here, the Lord is teaching. I put camps out here that's doing right. I put camps out here that's doing wrong. Here's the thing. What is our role? What is our job? Our role and our job is what? Messengers, right? We're supposed to deliver the message. What is that saying? All right, don't kill the messenger. Well, guess what? The Most High, he gonna kill some messengers this time around because he's had enough. You better stop calling him obvious. You're presenting him obvious. Did a lesson not too long ago about don't put the obvious tag on the Most High YAHAWAH. Just because you know that YAHAWAH is managing everything, which you clearly understand, and he's doing it through the angels, at the same time, you need to understand, all the power comes from the Father. It all comes from the Father. And don't you dare say that's obvious, because then you disrespect him. You're already disrespecting him by not putting everything that he says first out of your mouth. You know, it's funny how we give praise to the Most High. We give him 3 seconds of all praises, and then that's it. No, he wants to really see the love, just like it is when you read in Exodus, in Exodus chapter 34:14. All the elders are sitting on the thrones, and what are they doing? They get off those thrones, put those crowns down at the feet, and get out and they worship and praise him. We have a really big problem being really proud because we won't give up the praise and the worship. All we think we got to do is pray, sit around and wait. I'm going to tell you something. Your ass is in trouble because he ain't having it no more. He wants the praise and the worship because he's going to have you sitting in the damn dark. You're going to sit in the dark and you're not going to have anything. And he's not playing anymore. He don't care who you are. He don't care what you say, because you know what? What did he do to all of the prophets, the apostles? What did he do to all of the men of the Lord that was way in the past and our ancestors? Tell me where there's one that got out of not catching all kinds of hell from the Most High to serve him. Name one. John on the island of Patmos, okay, he died of old age, but he still was in the salt mines on the islands of Patmos, okay? Every other prophet, every other entity, and YAHAWAH, first and foremost, how did he go out? He had to do it for all of us. We all are going to feel the sting of the cup of the wrath of the Most High. Yes, even the elect. I don't know. I'm just a servant. And all I know is he's kicking my ass a lot. And I love it, and I'm taking it because it shows a whole lot of love he has for me. But if you sit back and you act like all you got to do is just, well, you know, I'm just going to wait for YAHAWAH, and, you know, he's going to, yeah, right. Trust me. That's wrong. Didn't Noah do that? We're going to get into it. What did Noah do? Noah was given the word and he preached for 120 years. But he worked. He had instructions to do something other than just go out and praise and teach the word and preach the word. He also had to build the ark. He didn't sit back and just praise, worship, and pray to the Most High and preach for 120 years and say, okay, well, by the time I finish doing all this, the Lord YAHAWAH, he's going to just go, he's going to pop an ark out, and the ark just going to be there, and I can get all the animals on it, and then all of a sudden we can get up and get on out of here. Hey, that's not what he did. He took his ass to work. Show me your faith, I'll show you your works. Show me your works, and I'll show you your faith. The faith has to be a higher love. The work has to be a higher love. The Most High ain't playing no more. Look, hey, I got on a camo garment here. Trying to let you know. Crying in the wilderness, okay? Call it what you want to call it. But I'm going to tell you what. There's a place of Goshen. It has to be a place of Goshen. There's a process. There's a method of Goshen, okay? What Goshen was the ark, okay? It was the ark for Noah. Joseph, Goshen was a place he sent his brothers, his father and them, to be protected while they could look upon Egypt getting trounced, getting teared up. But they weren't getting hurt by it, but they could see what's going on, okay? Is this not what you want? Is this not what you're talking about? But you can't sit on your past and think that you're just going to say, well, I'm just going to chill until the Most High. Yes, he will deliver. But do you know if you've written down to definitely be delivered? So if you don't know that you've written down to definitely be delivered, then your ass need to be working. You need to have a plan that you're giving directives to the elect. I ain't talking about the 2/3. I ain't talking about the 1/3. I ain't talking about the heathen. You need to have a freaking plan that you're following just like Noah did. He had to preach 120 years. In his 120 years, he had to build an ark. That was his directive. That was the plan given from the Most High. The Most High is always giving his elect, he's always giving his people a plan to do something. Even when you go into captivity, all 7 captivities went into. Jeremiah was told the people what to do in terms of they're going into captivity, but here's the plan after the 70 years in terms of what's going to happen after that. So it was always some directive. Now, yeah, you had some maningling and some mangling and some choice things that were done by the Most High while they were in captivity, just like he's doing to us right now. But look, check it out. Bottom line is, what are your damn directives? Do you know them? Yes, we are telling you, we are informing you that all of the prophecies, all of the information that's running forward, all of the translation and tribulation that's going forward is being spoken to you and told to you. You clearly know we have to do that. That's our lie. That's our lie. That's our method. That's our method that we've been given. That's our mission that we've been given. Isaiah 58:1. Cry loud, spare not. But you can cry loud and spare not, and take your ass and do some work too to make sure that you follow the directives so that when the shutdown comes, you are doing something other than sitting in a corner with a candle and praying. Because you need to be praising, worshiping, and praying. You need all 3, not just one. Yes, praying without ceasing. You have to do it. I'm not going to take anything away from that. Yes, prayer warriors completely, but you gotta also be a working warrior. Get your ass up and where's your damn plan? Tell the plan to the elect. Tell the plan to the brethren. Okay, where y'all gonna get together? What's the plan? What's the backup plan? What's the program in terms of when some stuff go down, when the SHTF hits? Where do we meet? Where do we go? The Lord is directing us to do something, not just sit around. I'm telling you now, he is really getting pissed off at the fact that he puts out this program and he set this up and he's got people doing what they're doing. Bugged out individuals tripping, going off, doing all kinds of weird shit, everything else going on. That's his plan. You got a problem with it? Do you have a problem with the way the Most High is pushing prophecy forward? All the weirdo bug out camps that are doing stuff they ain't supposed to do, all the weirdo bug out people that are doing stuff they ain't supposed to do, if you got a problem with that, if you want to talk about Jake going off, Jake doing this, Jake is supposed to go the fuck off. Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Jake is supposed to go off. He's programmed to do it. Just like he made vessels of wrath fitted for destruction. If it's a vessel and its wrath is fitted for destruction, it's going to do destruction because that's what he said it to do. Okay? Let's not get it twisted because we obviously must be. Okay? We got to get on point and we got to worship, praise, and pray to YAHAWAH, just like the elders and that are sitting on those thrones, they got it off in Exodus chapter 34:14. I'm telling you, he's looking for a higher love, and he's seeing people worship camps and men. He's getting pissed off at this. Look at this. Look at one body in wickedness and shit. Look at this. They don't worship the Most High. They worship men. Okay? Look at the purple people leaders who walk around with the band uniforms. Do they worship? They worship men. Who's worshiping men? You can clearly see it. If your leaders are doing something that's way freaking bugged out, and you still rolling with them, you just as guilty, and the Most High see it. And he's going to take Dragon, kick Dragon and take names, and he's not playing. Okay? Yeah. Outline, said, talk about what's going to happen to Jake, talk about what's going to happen to Esau, Edom, do all that. But I'm going to tell you something. In the midst of the information that you're providing about what is happening and going to happen to the world and the world system, the Most High has always given a directive to what you do so that you get fed like Joseph fed the known world when the 7 years of famine came. He's always given directives. How dare you walk past that and talk about everything else? You need to get on that as well. He's always given a plan. He said in Jacob's trouble will come, but you will be saved out of it. Well, how is he offering you a way to be saved out of it? Well, let's talk about it. Prayer, worship, and praise has a lot to do with how you get out of it. When Paul and Silas was in prison, locked up, how did they get out of it for the most part? The Most High delivered them out of it. They were singing and praising and praying. And what happened to the jail cells and the doors? This shit started rattling like an earthquake. Guards and everybody got scared. Then everything opened up and they came out of it. I'm telling you. I don't know why you're missing this other than being spiritually blocked. And we all have some spiritual blockage. Myself, mainly included. I know it. I know I'm a baby learning this. But I'm just a servant. That's all I ever claim to be. A humble servant of the Most High. Because what I understand something is this. All right? Your lack of humility brings you spiritual ignorance. Let's say it again. My lack, if I'm not humble, your lack, if you're not humble, everybody's lack of humility brings you spiritual ignorance. Write it down, stamp it, and wear it, because it's true. We got a whole lot of people who are into spiritual speculation. What is spiritual speculation? What are you speculating about? What are you saying? You know what? My circumspect is I believe that I'm doing enough. This is what I'm told to do, and I'm doing enough, and that should be good enough for the Most High. Let me tell you something. I don't never think that what I'm doing is enough. I could never ever form my lips to even assume, not even my mindset to assume that I'm doing enough for the Most High, YAHAWAH. I know I'm not. And if you think that whatever you're doing, if you think that some of these camps that are out here talking about Sabbath is Friday sundown and Saturday sundown, they out here talking about, you got to have your fringes on, you got to keep the law. They're wearing T-shirts, but they don't have no garments on. Okay, they're wearing hats. They're getting lineups and all kinds. Man, come on. But you out there scolding and calling everybody else out that comes across your path, but you don't have enough discipline to follow exactly what the Most High is saying you should be doing based on what your work is in Hamashiach, in the body of Hamashiach. Yes, we all have a duty and a subscribed process and predestinated offering and circle of sacrifice that we have to do for Yahawah Shem Yahushua. No, all the body parts are not the same. And all the body parts don't have the same function. But they do have to work cohesively together in order for the body to move forward and function right. Let's just basically understand that this is the way metabolism is built by Yahawah Shem Yahushua. All these fools out here talking about, well, the law is debatable and done away with and this and that and the third. No. Okay, look, first of all, let's get a little lesson here in reference to what's going on with the law, because obviously there's a lot of clueless people who are what I call information transformation idiots. Okay? Now, if you're an information transformation idiot, then so be it. But if that's how the Most High made you, then that's what it is. Okay, let's take that into consideration. Let's talk about that for a second. What could be an information transformation idiot? Well, we've seen a few of them talk about prophecies that they clearly say are mystical witchcraft activity. We know who's doing that. Okay, we talking about what particular scriptures they say are not valid because they can't prove that it's thus saith the Lord. The whole entire volume of the book is we have YAHAWAH being brought through it, and it is thus saith the Lord. See, why you gotta be why you gotta be an information transformational idiot and think that the entire book is just because somebody some Arab looking dude that runs around with a fitted cap on talking about, well, I can't validate that, that Hebrews is part of the Bible and this and the third. Listen, shut up, okay? Sometimes, you ever heard someone say, you so smart, you stupid. You're so intelligent that you know everything but nothing, okay? Don't play, all right? You don't know more than the Most High YAHAWAH. You don't know what he's going to bring out and not bring out. Okay, you know that in 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, 44, 45, 46, whatever, he brought out the fact that Ezra was given the ability with 5 scribes, right, to write 204 books. Of the 204 books that Ezra was scribed to do, ordained to do, okay, after coming out of captivity, you should know that if you studied enough, right? He wrote 204. Now, it said that the first of those books will be given to the worthy and the unworthy. Okay? So we can see right now how the Bible is being used by individuals who are worthy and unworthy. You can see which camps are worthy and which camps are unworthy. It's not hard to see that, okay? It's in terms of how they rightly and wrongly divide the word. So if you are worthy and unworthy and the books are given out, how is it that you feel that you may not have the proper information? And you better check out the fact that everything that the Most High is doing through the puppetized Esau Edom, he's allowing the filterization of definitions through blue letter Bibles, through lexicons, okay, through all types of methodology that comes out to tell people what's going on, right? Theology, information, right? Codexes, right? We got that. We got all types of different transliterations and translations. But the Most High is allowing the puppetized Esau Edom to distribute this information for you. Okay, let's just take in consideration how many books that could be at this present time that we don't know about that could be absolutely valid that are under the Vatican in those 50 miles of catechisms. You know what I'm saying, Shark? Anyway, how much of that information do you know might have some of the books of the 204 that Ezra did write for the Most High because he was ordained to do it, and the Most High can't go back on his word. He will not. So clearly we know that information is there. We just don't have it. And if the Most High said that he's going to release the first to the wise and he's going to release them to the worthy and the unworthy. But he said the 70 books that are last will only be released to the wise. Now, wise among who? The elect. Now, if the books that are given to the ones who are worthy and unworthy, it doesn't say that they were wise. It just said that they were worthy and unworthy. Just because you're worthy doesn't make you wise. And just because you are unworthy doesn't make you wise as well. Okay, but that information was distributed, right? Now, also, he said deliver to the wise. So now how do you determine and disseminate who the wise is? Well, one of the things is you have to be able to pick up on the clues that the Most High has for you in order to what? Navigate through prophecy that's living in order to determine and show who's wise and who's not wise. So if that's the premise upon part of what you need to do, are you picking up on the clues? Because if you're not, then you're getting abused. Let's take a look. Who's getting abused? Those that are in the truth. Do we see anyone getting abused in the truth? Why aren't they protected? Why aren't they deemed as the wise? If you are catching the kind of hell from the Most High when you're supposed to be delving out the truth to the sheep to see which ones he wants to come past by you so the elect can receive the wise information. If you're not doing that, or you're not picking up on the clues to do that, then you may not be part of the wise. You may be part of the worthy or unworthy. Very simple. It was distributed in that manner, right? Now, if that be the case, out of 204 books, even if you have the 70 that are left, it still leaves what? At least 120, right? Think about it. 120, 130 books that we don't know what's going on where they are yet. Most High may deliver them before this is all over. He may not. He may wait until we get to the new covenant and the new kingdom to reveal those books that were not given to us at this time. I don't know. I can't say for sure. You can't either. One thing I try not to do is interject information into a lesson or to anyone, or try to impart some information that cannot be substantiated in some way through the scriptures that we do have. Now, do we get unction from YAHAWAH in the Ruach HaKodesh to speak to levels of information that may not be readily available to certain people's levels of understanding as far as the truth is concerned? Clearly, we know that because we have a whole lot of carnal armchair scholars and theologians that can speak from a surface level of the Bible, and that's what they give you. But when it comes down to breaking down the things that are more instructional and more real in terms of the foundation of the truth, they don't have the knowledge to do that, okay? And they're not given that knowledge. Case in point, wacky-tacky Christians and certain other heathenistic people who follow Kemet and other doctrines of devils. We know that's not the case, that they have truth, because even if they have a little bit of truth, it still unwinds in the reality of what actually happens when it comes to prophecy being revealed. And the Bible is the only book historically throughout the ages that is spiritually valid, completely on point from all positions, and that we understand. You know, just like when they talk about the law being done away with. See, if you don't understand the Most High, if he didn't give you the unction and the spirit to know what creational covenants are. Now, creational covenants. I'm going to say it again, because there's a lot of people who like to, usurp or sift or, try to slip a few words from other people and say, oh yeah, I came up with that. No, the Most High came up with that. YAHAWAH has taught us all the truth, okay? And if he used a man of some sort to do it, then that's fine. But that man is not to be worshipped. You don't ride around on a horse and ride around like you, Yahushua, and think that you can slip and say words that you want and think someone was just going to just honor and worship you and give you all this praise. And so just because you have an appearance that makes you look like something that you really are not. Let me get back. Now, digress. Creational covenants. The Most High has made a covenant with every form of creation that he has. Can you understand creational covenants? Can you understand creational covenants? That's important. What is a creational covenant? Let's talk about it for a second. Everything that the Most High has made in creation is under his law. His law of creation. He's outside of that. So when he creates, he's creating that process in control, in order. It's being done in order and in control. Everything, like he says in scriptures, has to be done decently and in order. Okay, that's the way it has to go. He's not going to do anything that's not in decently and in order. Okay, let's just get that straight, decently and in order. Now let's talk about that. Let's get that down to a science here for a minute, to a spiritual science that the Most High bring forward. Okay, creational covenants means that when the Most High decided to create creation in itself, it's right. Yahawah created creation. He came up with it. He brought it forward. He established it, and he brought creation to us first. Now, within the creation process that he created these covenants, these creational covenants that are based on the law and it's a universal law that he controls. It's his universal law, not the universal law that the wacky tackies be talking about. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about a universal law that has stages to various levels of creational law. Okay, if you can receive this, just hold on and stay there. It's coming. All right. Creational order and law is the sustainability of the infinitiveness of the infinity. Creational stability and stable order and law is that infinity creation process. He's put an infinity creation stamp on everything he's created. This is how things are graduated to regeneration. Things are graduated to regeneration from the infinity stamp, you know, that symbol that you have seen, that 8, that figure 8 that's on the side, okay? This is the process that the Most High has within himself, that his self-existence is based around him creating that process of the infinitiveness of creation. Everything he's created has that in it. The sun, the moon, the stars, you know, electrochemiluminescence, spirits, each level, the level of the ordinances, they have an infinitive stamp of creation and regeneration. Because the essence and the matter that he created doesn't dissipate or disappear unless he decides to do that. Okay, and then you go down from the ordinances to, of course, YAHAWAH, created by YAHAWAH, brought out of himself, and then the angels, and they all have an infinity stamp of creation that they are also under, and they have to follow that order and that law, and they can't move away from that. Okay, the same thing going down to the next level, which would be the creation of ourselves, our flesh, our animated metabolistic entities, and we have a law of order and infinitive creation and regeneration that we have to follow, which we're supposed to follow. And it breaks all the way down to what we know as the 613 laws that we know of, as well as the laws that are spoken about that we don't know of, okay? Because we can always say there are things that we can and cannot do and can and cannot understand, right? We prophesy in part and we know in part. So the law cannot be done away with, because if you say the law is done away with, any portion of the law or any facet of the law, then you will be talking about it nullifies and destroys all of those different levels of creation, the universal creational infinitive law that it goes into, all the way up to the top, where it goes all the way back to YAHAWAH, who's outside of creation, who has this. So you can't say the law is done away with, because that would make everything unravel. So don't be what I said earlier, which is don't be spiritually ignorant. Okay? Humble down and understand. Don't be using spiritual speculation, trying to act like you're there and you're getting something, but then you buck up against what the Most High is doing as he's pushing forward his prophetic process towards this end. You know it all has to go horribly way off the line, way off the chart. It has to go so crazy bugged out that not even the demons want to be here. You already know that this is what we have to go to. So what the hell are you complaining about? Okay? All right? We got to do some lessons on telling people how to prepare to go through this shit. What's up? You not allowed to do that? Everybody else in the Bible did it for the Most High. Did they not? Sure did. So this is what we're supposed to be doing. Finish that part of the process. I mean, it is what it is on that. Oh, okay, that's long enough. If you don't want to stay, like I said before, this is not for anybody that wants entertainment. If you want all kinds of fancy graphics and flying jakes going by with fiery eyes and swords and all, go somewhere else and watch that. I ain't got that for you. Okay, it's not for you here. Okay, you can go there and get that somewhere else. All right, Shalak. All right, I did enough. I told you, look, this was going to ruffle some feathers today, but you know what? I serve YAHAWAH Shem Shai. I am absolutely terrified of what the Father will do to me if I don't say exactly what he wants me to say. I could give a flying you-know-what if nobody else don't like it. You know I don't care. So I'm saying what he told me to say. I'm going to say it the way he told me to say it. All right? He is sick of carnal, personal, stupid-ass, immature, non-humility lust of shit that people think they're going to get that they're not going to get. All right? You need to stop because you're not going to get what you think you're going to get, but you better start doing what he said do, because what if Noah decided not to do in terms of build the ark and just go do, just do that part of, I'm going to go out here and just preach and teach for 120 years, but I ain't going to build shit. Now you think about it. Look, we get into some scriptures, all right? This lesson, of course, I meant to give you the title. It says, and it's from Revelation 19, verse 10, and it says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. So the Most High is saying to a lot of us, to me, to other people, other Israelite men in the truth, the elect and whatever, what is it that he's telling you to see thou do it not? See thou do it not. Be complaining about how I'm pushing prophecy forward. See thou do it not. All right? See thou do it not in terms of worshiping men. See thou do it not in terms of worshiping organizations and castes and stuff. See thou do it not. That's what he's saying. Don't the man bow down and we're gonna get into it and worship an angel. He said, no, I'm a servant of the Most High Yahawah. We're gonna read the scripture. Worship Yahawah. Which is what? The prophecy of what? The spirit of prophecy, which is Yahweh Shah. We're gonna read it. You know I am, because I got it for you. But I'm just saying, let me get my glasses on. Inshallah about that. Okay, all right. First place I want to go, just to just because I know it's what I should do, just following what Yahweh Shai said for me to do, and the Spirit dwells in me, and it's dwelling in me all the time. Ain't nothing jumping on me, okay? Ain't no. I don't want shit jumping on me, okay? Don't jump on me. I need to be in the Spirit all the time with the Most High, all right? That's where I'm talking about. I need to be in the Spirit all the time, not part-time, okay? just so you know. All right, so we're going to go to, I'm going to Revelation first. So go with me to Revelation, and I'm going to go to 4, and you know where I'm going, verse 10, all right? The 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne, and worshipped him that liveth forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things for thy pleasure. They are and were created. Okay? So, clearly, if they're doing that in heaven, what is your problem? You tell me. If they're worshiping the Most High Yahawah and Yahweh Shai, and they've got spiritual bodies, they have crowns, obviously a throne, and a throne will probably be associated with other ownership of resources, including land or whatever. You never know. Could be planets, could be whatever. But they know better, and they're giving up the praise and the worship. They ain't praying. Okay? They ain't got to pray because they're there. We're here, we got to pray. But are we too good? Are we not humble enough to give the praise and the worship? Is this what it's about? Okay. See thou do it not. Okay? All right, let's go. See, you get me started here, I'm trying to tell you. All right. You know when I get passionate about this, because I'm always so very passionate, because the Spirit just dwells in me all the time about this, and it wells up in me. The Spirit is always in me, because the Most High said that his Spirit dwells in it. Romans chapter 8, we're going to go there and talk about how the Spirit dwells in the children of the Most High Yahawah, and it's not going anywhere to jump in and out. They don't do that. Demons left-hand demons jumping in and out of people. Okay, let's not. I ain't seen nowhere in the scripture where it says somebody got the Spirit jumped on somebody. No, that ain't what I understand. Now, you can show me where the Spirit, the rock off the dish, jumped on somebody, and does it say jumped? Because jumping, if an animal jump on you, like a tiger or a mountain lion or a bear, that's jumped on you. When you jump on something, I know it's a slang, and I'm not gonna try to beat up too much on this, but it's just some stuff that we do is just not right. Okay? Let's just face it. All right, let me get back to the word, because I get going and I could be somewhere else. Okay, sorry. All right, I'm going to Genesis. Go with me, Genesis chapter 7, and I want 5 and 7, and I'm going to read, because this is about Noah and what the Lord told him to do, because I talked about it, and I like to bring scripture for it. Genesis chapter 7, verse 5, and it said, and Noah did according unto all that Yahawah commanded him. Now, just let it marinate for a second. He said, and Noah did according unto all that Yahawah commanded him. Okay? And see, and Noah was 600 years old when the flood of the waters was upon the earth. Now, we got a flood coming too of a lot of wickedness that the Most High is going to cut loose from the left-hand side. We know this is coming. We know Esau Edom is going to be cut loose, because he's a whipping stick that always whoop our ass by the Most High. So we already know this is the case. So the Most High said in 5, and Noah did according unto all that Yahawah the Lord, right, commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him into the ark, because of the waters of the flood. Okay, because all those flood people were coming to try to get in there too, right? Now, how could Noah go into this ark if he didn't do something to make sure the ark was there? He got a directive, and he did something about it. The Most High didn't just pop up and make an ark appear. Now, yes, the Most High can pop a chariot up and make it appear, and then you could go into the chariot like, oh, Noah went into the ark, he could shut you in and protect you. Now, he probably, I would think that he would probably get a few of us in terms of doing it. I don't know who. You know, when I say probably a few, I don't know which few would that be, but some will. But okay, let's put it to a test. Let's just say everybody that's in the truth, keeping the sacred name, following the law, statutes, commandments, being diligent in terms of making sure that they show their ministry and make proof of their ministry, and they're doing a good job of it, that a chariot comes and gets them. Now, what if some of these men, or some of these ones that are selected, right, if they have family members that are trying to follow them? If they're, I don't know, the Most High may beam them up and scoop them up as well. I don't know that. But are you prepared to sit and watch and hear people of your family, your loins, your lineage, say to you, you're a man of the Lord, we're sitting here in the dark, what was the plan when this happened? What you gonna do? What are we gonna do now? And normally, if you got a bunch of babies and children and they screaming and crying because they don't know what's up, now what? And if you haven't been given spiritual power around that time when this happens, then what are you going to do? You know, I know the wicked, those devils have been planning to try to escape even before anything was happening to them at this particular time. But we ain't worried about that. Now we know, don't come in and say stuff to me like, well, you know, none of you, what you try to do is going to save you. Well, I didn't say that Noah got saved forever. Joseph got saved forever. But they did what was necessary to follow the directives of Yahawah through Yahawashi to get through a certain portion of prophecy. Most High didn't say you couldn't. He said you go into prophecy with Jacob's trouble, but you'll be delivered out of it. But he didn't say you could sit on your ass and just wait for that. So, you know, come on now. Let's be mature. Let's grow up, and let's be mature about the situation here. All right. So I wanted to read that about Noah, because I wanted to proof text what I'm saying. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna go to back to Revelation, because that's where I need to go. Revelation, and I'm going Revelation 1:1. All right, and we all know what this is because this is talking about YAHAWAH. All right, the revelation of YAHAWAH HaMashiach, which Yahweh gave unto him. Who did he give it to? And who gave it to him? Yahweh gave unto him to show unto his servants. Who are the servants? Those who are following the directives of Yahweh, right? Through YAHAWAH, right? Servants, things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. Now, he's going in order of what needed to be done, right? Yahweh giving the information on YAHAWAH, who he sent, right? Gave unto him to show unto his servants. If you're a servant, that means you're serving him through his sacred name. You can't be a servant really if you're not calling Yahweh by his sacred name, because he is sovereign, and that's a higher love to continue to do that. And YAHAWAH by his sacred name. Okay? You can't be a servant. If you know and you say Yahweh and YAHAWAH when you out on highways and byways and teaching, or on the unicorn of information or whatever, and then you start reverting to saying Lord in Christ and Jesus Christ and Most High Christ bless and all this stuff. I hate to inform you, but then I don't hate to inform you. You're not a servant, okay? And if you are a servant, you're working on the left-hand side. You're not working on the right-hand side. You don't like it? I don't care. That's what he told me to tell you. And that's just the way it is, okay? He said, which must shortly come to pass. Things which must shortly come to pass. If he's saying things that must shortly come to pass, what leads into that next is a directive on what to do. If you talk about things that are shortly come to pass, it normally follows instructions. Okay? And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. So if he signed off on it and stamped it, it's not going to go back void, because his Father's word can't go back void. And he sent an angel, which could still be YAHAWAH, or an angel that works for YAHAWAH and Yahweh, unto his servant John, and give him information, right? Who bear record of the word of Yahweh, and of the testimony of YAHAWAH HaMashiach, and of all things that he saw. Okay, blessed be he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Men of the Lord, everybody else who think they are, and all of whatever you are designed and programmed to be by the Most High, the time is at hand. And if you ain't already started on the directives and the plan for the time that's hand, then guess what's going to happen to you? Well, when Yahshua laughs, I know I don't try to laugh at something I say, but I know when he does that, I understand why he's doing it. But hey, I'm just trying to tell you, okay? Just trying to tell you. We're going to, while we're in Revelation 1, of course, we're going to do some work in Revelation, because it's important, because we're at that end time period where this is what's most important. Revelation chapter 12, okay, and 17, because we got to talk about the dragon, because he's wroth. Okay, so let's get to it. Revelation 12:17, and it reads, and the dragon was wroth with the woman. All right, now we already know, if you've been in this truth with any of us that are teaching the truth that we have gotten from the Most High, Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, laid down through the Ben, who have been doing this for decades in and decades out. You know who they are. Stop trying to say things about them that you don't know, because if you don't know them, you haven't been studying long enough to know who they are, then you have a problem. The apostles of Great Millstone have been doing this a long time. They are the most accurate of all of the camp members and the camp leaders that are out here. Ain't nobody else showing no accuracy, and everybody else did a spin-off or a takeoff from what One West came out with, and when that all transpired, and these men have been diligent in terms of doing what they're doing, and they don't never go into saying, they don't blaspheme the sacred name. They don't do it. I have never seen that happen, and if they say it, they're going to say, so-called, ignorantly called, they don't just blatantly walk out and say that JC stuff. They don't do that. And neither do the men. The men know better than that. They don't do that. Okay, we're going back. Again, 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman. Of course, the dragon is a representation of Esau, Edom, and what we're dealing with right now. And the wrath or the angry and the wrath that he has against the woman, which is, of course, Israel. It's us, okay? And the earth opened up her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. Okay, so who is the earth? The earth obviously is the spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, in terms of the spirit is going to help the earth. I mean, it's going to help the woman, which is Israel, and it's going to make sure that we're safe and we bring forward. Because it says here, help the woman went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments, right, of Yahawah and have the testimony of Yahawashi Hamashiach. So when they went to make war with the remnant of the seed, that's how you see these camps and these wicked, twisted camps and these wicked, twisted, wacky-tacky religious practitioners making war against the doctrine and against the truth in terms of the way it's supposed to be brought out and the way it is brought out, and using twistology on the truth. And what it does is if you get so bogged down in what they're doing, then they're gaining ground on that war as prophecy goes forward. Now, maybe that's your circle of sacrifice. Maybe you're supposed to operate in a circle until it gets smaller and smaller, and then your ass is dispatched back to the spirit world. Maybe that's what your sacrifice is. It might be some individuals all they get to know is that they're Hebrew Israelites or an Israelite or Hebrew. They might even know they're Israelite. They make that, well, you're Hebrew. And some will say, well, you're a Hebrew Israelite. And that's all they may be designated to understand and know. I don't know. I can't tell you for sure. But I'm saying to you, that might be it. So we got to be circumspect about that information. So now we talked about the dragon and how he was wroth, and he's going to get even wrother as he moves forward here with what we're dealing with. You see the wickedness turning up. And see, this is what I'm saying, and this is what Yahawah is saying, and is continuing to say in my spirit, because my spirit keeps is staying in tune as best that Yahawah wants it to stay in tune with him. I don't have no jumping in and jumping out actually going on. So at the same time, like I'm saying, the spirit, he keeps saying to me, look, this is what I'm doing, and this is, look, he says, he is our power, he's our God. No other nations. And that's in Joel. We're going to talk about Joel chapter 2, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. We're going to get there. But he's our father. He's no other nation. Why waste time talking to idiots and bug outs? If some Edomites come up, and we clearly know they're Edomites, why waste time trying to convince them that our Father is our God, is our power, he's our Lord, he's ours? Why debate that with them? It's you might as well be doing what the small hats do on the wall. Just keep bouncing your head next to the wall. Why? You don't need to tell them what's going on. They Edomites. They wicked. They vessels of wrath fitted for destruction, and all they know about is destruction. Don't waste pearls to swine. Don't cast your pearls, roughly paraphrase, to swine. Stop doing it. You don't need to waste time with them. We got other things to do than to worry about them. Now, if a Jake that could be of the elect pops up when one of these wacky tackies show up, yeah, you direct your conversation to them and dismiss the Edomites and keep it moving. You're not supposed to waste that kind of time. It's not like we got that kind of time to waste. Okay, let's keep it moving, man. All right, so anyway, we're going now to the next. We're going to stay in Revelation, all right, and we're going up to 19. So go with me in Revelation chapter 19, all right, and this is where the meat of what I'm going to talk about in terms of the lesson where it says, "See thou do it not." Okay, so let's read Revelation 19, starting at verse 9. And he saith unto me, Write, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he saith unto me, now let me not go past that. Blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. Now, we know that in the story, the marriage supper of the Lamb, we had those that were blessed and called unto it. And some called and came up and they didn't have the right garment on and they were put out. Okay, then he said, go out and just go highway, byways, and then call all that will respond to come to the wedding. All right, now, of the Lamb. Now, here's the thing. You all know that the Most High already predetermined who's selected, who's not selected, all right? We don't know, but he knows. And he already set it up. So when you go out and you call, don't call to convince. That's not the purpose. You don't call to try to convince somebody. You call, the Most High has already convinced them. He's already predetermined them. And if he wants to send them by you, then he will. I was listening to Elder Manat Zappa, the brother was doing a good lesson when he talked about, that you could go and you could teach and preach any and everywhere that you can. It's not a specific place or a specific platform only that you're supposed to do it, because the Most High is not without the ability of bringing who he has predetermined to get the truth and wake up to it by you, no matter where you are. Okay, and I know that's true because it's happened to me multiple times as well. So I know that that's the case. You don't know who he gonna send about in what manner. And and someone might go by and you may say something, and someone might, a demon seems to always want to show up, because that's the part of the prophecy process that has to happen. Demons have to show up in this. They play a part in this. Okay, the good and the evil side of it. Anyway, what I'm saying is, you may drop a seed that the Most High wants you to drop, and that person may not respond right at that moment with you in that time that you talk to them. But at the same time, they may go home or go away or wherever they are, and then the germination of the seed, just like when the seed goes in the ground, it germinates if it gets watered, and you never know. It'll get germinated, and then that person could be a sleeping elect. He could be of the election that's just still asleep a little bit. He might be a little groggy. And the seed you drop now, he's in good space, he's in a good place, and then he comes in, and then he may come back next week or whatever, stop and see you, and the next thing you know, he's standing on line with you. You never know if that happens. Nothing's impossible for a father to do. So we just need to make sure we understand that. Okay, not to digress, let's get back. Okay. And 9, and he saith unto me, right blessed are they that are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he saith unto me, these are the true sayings of YAHAWAH. All right. Now you notice the title of the lesson that I had. Right here we go. 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. Whose feet did he fall at? Okay. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahawashi. Worship Yahawah, for the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. Let's read it again. For the individuals who may be, of course, respectfully, not humble, but spiritually ignorant. So we'll read that again for them. Also for the spiritual speculation, the spiritual speculators. We want to read it for them. And also for the informational, the information transformationalists who always want to talk about how creational covenants are for everybody. Let's just make sure we get it right. Okay, 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. How many men right now are doing something that's similar to falling at the feet of men to worship them? Now you know who you are. I don't need to name names. It's not necessary. The Most High did not tell me to get into disputes with my brethren about something that they hear on a lesson that he has me put out. If you're so immature that you got to go and say, let me attack the brother for putting out a message about something that rubs me the wrong way, because if it rubs you the wrong way, then you must be doing it. So, hey, what is it? Grow up, be mature, and understand. All right? If what I'm saying bothers you, why? Why is it bothering you? Are you doing something that's not humble? and spiritually correct? Are you doing things that are informational transformation and causing consternation within the elect nation of Israel? Is that what you're doing? I mean, you tell me. But if you are, take it up with the Most High. Do they say don't kill the messenger? You come at me, I don't care. You know I don't care. All right? Because I'm just doing the work. Only one I have to answer to is Yahawah, through YAHAWAH. I ain't got to answer to nobody else, and I'm not going to answer to nobody else. Because the Most High will do to me, he'll do me so dirty if I pay homage to your thinking feelings fit you have. If you have a thinking feelings fit because you don't like what's said, I don't give a shit. He told me to say what I gotta say, and I'm gonna say it. You don't like it, don't listen. Go do something else. And I fell at his feet. You don't fall at the feet of men, and you don't worship men, because men can be called angels. We'll get that scripture too. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant. He said he was a servant. He didn't put a title on his name that's higher than anything more than a servant. And he's an angel. So who are you? Do you think you could ride on a horse with a Roman garment on and fly around with a cape and stuff, and you want to be called something higher than just a servant? And this is an actual angel from heaven working for the Most High. Okay? I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of YAHAWAH. Worship who? The Most High, Yahawah. Right? For the testimony of YAHAWAH is the spirit of prophecy that lives. Okay? Let's make sure we clearly understand that. Right? That's Revelation 19:9 through 10. Right? Now, I'm going to go from there to Revelation 21. Shocking. Forgive me. Shocking. 21. All right, Revelation 21 and 10 is where I want to go to. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from Yahawah, having the glory of Yahawah, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. Right? Now, when you get carried away in the spirit, that's not somebody, that's not the spirit jumping on you. Twist that up. Try to say that, right? Carried away in the spirit, right? To a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy city, holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from Yahawah. Now, when Jerusalem descends out of heaven, Jerusalem's a people before it's a place. So you're talking about the actual elect and the men of the Lord that are going to be brought here to assist in the process of the regeneration that's going to take place after everything's cleared. So don't misunderstand your role in this process, okay? I want to go now to Revelation 22. I told you I was going to spend a little bit of time in Revelation, so just stay with me. 22, and I'm going with 8 and 9. And I, John, saw all these things and heard them, and when I had heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel which showed me these things. See? I'm going to read that again, because you heard it already in Revelation 19:10, and now it's getting repeated in Revelation 22, 8 and 9. And when it says, and I, John, saw these things and heard them, and when I had heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel which showed me these things. Then saith he unto me, see thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren the prophets, and of them which keep the sayings of this book. Worship Yahawah. Now see, I can literally at this time close out and say, that's it. But the Most High ain't letting you off the hook that easy, just like he ain't letting us off the hook in terms of the spirit prophecy that's coming down. And we all have to drink a little bit of that cup, whether we get the splash from it, a sip, or whether we get in line with getting poured. But we all going to see and deal with that cup in some way. Ain't no way we're going to get around that. Okay? Let's see. I was Revelation. I did want to pick up Acts. I did have Acts on my list. And I believe that I will go there. It's Acts 10, wasn't it? Yes, I'm going to go to Acts 10 here. And go with me to Acts 10. And I'm going to pick up on 25 through 26. And the reason why I say that I have to go here is because when I do Revelation, it's always some similitudes in Acts that I got to bring out. It's just Peter does some things and got a lot of things that was done to him. Because even YAHAWAH said when he asked him, who says who this thou sayest I am? And Peter says, you are the Lord, you're the Savior. And he says, see, the Spirit gave that to you, Peter. It wasn't something that you read or some other man gave it to you. It came directly from the Most High, right? Right. And it says, Acts chapter 10, 25, and as Peter was coming in, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshiped him. Now, see, this is where a lot of times men get twisted and they do stuff and they think that they can run this scripture. And when they think they can run this here scripture and think that they could offer some worship to a man, and Peter was as fair a righteous man that you could possibly collect on or call on, but at the same time, you can't worship men. Now, what does Peter say? Okay, and Peter took him up, saying, "Stand up! I myself also am a man." That's the indication to tell you. You can't be worshiping men in this situation, man. This is not what you want to do. If your ass is worshiping men at this end time, then literally the Most High's got you bugged out. Tell me I'm wrong. If you are worshiping men at this time, the Most High's got you bugged out. Okay? And as he talked with him, he went in and he found many that were come together. And he said unto them, ye know how this is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew, that is an Israelite, to keep company or come unto one of another nation. But YAHAWAH hath showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. So you should not be looking to worship a man, because if you are worshiping a man, you now fall under the auspice of you being unclean and common, because you can't be in the truth worshiping a man. So if you got to understand the reverse spirituality of this situation in terms of saying don't call any man uncommon or unclean. Yes, Peter was talking about the scattered Israelites that were scattered and not knowing who they are, and he doesn't want you to down your brother until that brother has an opportunity to wake up, because all Israel will be saved, right? And I'll get into that another lesson at some time, because there's a lot to talk about in terms of how the Most High says all Israel will be brought back. And if they're going to be the sand of the sea, somebody's going to have to do a lot of humping and pumping to get all that done. But anyway, not to digress. You can't call, if you're going to follow a man, you're going to be dealing in uncommon territory, and it's going to be unclean and an abomination. So you need to know the reverse spirituality of that, and that's why I had to bring it to you, so that you can have some similitude of understanding there, which what the Spirit gave to me, that was dwelling in me, that dwells in me. Okay, all right. So I needed to get that cleared up in reference to Acts. Now I need to go to the Book of Psalms, going back to the Old Testament because it's important. We need to get on point with the fact that the Most High needs someone to love him above the love that they're showing to men and organizations and camps and things like this. If you worshiping guys that run around and come in front of you and they have on garb, and it looks like they the new so-called black Roman army. Or if you're sitting up there looking at dudes that are they're titling under one body, and they got these 501c3 paid uniform. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's bugged out, man. That's just not going to work. In Psalms 103, we're going to go there, and then we're going to talk about what the Most High says you're supposed to be doing. Because if you're not doing it at this late stage of the game, he's got some things for you, and I don't think you're going to appreciate them when you get them. All right, Psalms 103, starting at verse 20. I could probably go up a little bit because I like what the Most High does when he talks about preparedness. If he's preparing, what the hell you ain't preparing for? Okay, 19. The Lord hath prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom ruleth over all. The Father prepared. So if he's preparing, you don't have an excuse. And he created you, which he says here, 19. YAHAWAH hath prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom ruleth over all. 20. Bless YAHAWAH, ye his angels. Who's he talking about? Listen carefully. Get closer to the camera and pay attention. Bless ye YAHAWAH, all ye his hosts, right? That's 21, but 20. Bless YAHAWAH, ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word. Now, you know he's talking about is Israelite, because they're under the commandments in terms of what we have that he's giving here. Are the commandments are the angels in heaven under commandments? They're under orders and they're under law, but they don't have the same commandments we have at this present time. 21. Bless ye YAHAWAH, all ye his hosts, ye ministers of his that do his pleasure. So he's incorporating everything. He's got angels in heaven, angels here. That's the same, all right? Bless ye YAHAWAH, all his works in all places of his dominion. Bless YAHAWAH, O my soul. Blessing him gives praise and worship along with prayer. That will keep you from being in the dark when everything goes off the rails. But if you feel like you just want to pray only, then have at it. Pray without ceasing. But if you don't give up what they're giving in heaven, those elders on the throne, and they've already got it, you're going to catch something here before this is all over. And I don't think you're going to like it. Matter of fact, I know you ain't going to like it. Okay, so that was Psalms. Next, I want to go to 1 John. So going back to New Testament and go with me to 1 John. In 1 John chapter 5, and I'm going to start reading right at the top at 1. See, 1 John is really good information right now in terms of the end times, in terms of how you should be behaving in your humility and your spirit, because that's the real kind of love that Most High is looking for on a higher plane, and that's what it is. And it doesn't serve man in this capacity, in any capacity, all right? It says here, whosoever believeth that Yahawashi is Hamashiach is born of Yahawah, and everyone that loveth him that begat loveth him also that is begotten of him. That's predestination all the way down to the nth degree. By this we know that we love the children of Yahawah when we love Yahawah and keep his commandments. For this is the love of Yahawah, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Okay, they're not grievous, which simply means they're not hard to do if you're not worshiping man. For whosoever is born of Yahawah overcometh the world, and this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith. Now, there's a lot in that, because in order for us to overcome the world, we have to go through the prophetic process the Most High set forth, unless you go back to the spirit world. So in order to go through the prophetic process and overcome the world, you have to pay attention to what his directives are in full. If he tells you, go and cry loud and spare not, and preach and teach and hit the highways, byways, hit the unicorn of information. But but after you tell everybody what's coming, what will what will befall them, and everything that's going to go down in the prophetic line is happening, also has a portion that he tells you in terms of how to prepare for these things and what to do. It's never a time when he does not tell you that. So why aren't you telling them that? And if you don't know, why aren't you trying to find out? You know, you break down and you go into words and you break it down and you find everything else. Why aren't you finding this out as well? Are you not finding it? Did he spiritually block you from it? You need to find out, because your time has run out at this point in time, right? All right. For whosoever is born of Yahawah overcometh the world, and this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith. Faith means you have to have works, and you have to have faith and works. You got to do both, which means directness. Who is he that overcometh the world, but he that believeth that Yahawaah is the son of Yahawah? Okay? This is he that came by water and blood, even Yahawaah HaMashiach, not by water only, but by water and blood. And it is the Spirit that beareth witness, because the Spirit is truth. That's why Most High said, those who worship me have to worship me in spirit and truth. Right? For there are three that bear record in heaven, the Father, the Word, and the Holy Spirit, and these three are one. Now, I'm not going to go into some Trinity doctrine, because that has nothing to do with that in that matter. You got to understand when certain context has been put in through Septuagint activity based on what was happening when the Most High let the heathen get a hold of the word, as I said earlier in my commentary, the worthy and the unworthy. So you got to bear witness for that information, okay? And make sure you rightly divide that, okay? Going on, and there are three that bear witness in the earth, the spirit and the water and the blood, and these three agree in one. In terms of the mindset, if we receive the witness of men, the witness of Yahawah is greater. For this is the witness, greater. For this is the witness of Yahawah, which he hath testified of his Son. 10. He that believeth on the Son of Yahawah hath the witness in himself. He that believeth not hath made him a liar, because he believeth not the record that Yahawah gave of his Son. 11. And this is the record that Yahawah hath given of us eternal life, and this life is in his Son. He got to go through the Son to get to the Father. He that hath the Son hath life, and he that hath not the Son of Yahawah hath not life. Okay? This is written that you may know. These things I have written unto you that believe on the name of the Son of Yahawah, that ye may know that ye have eternal life, and that ye may believe on the name of the Son of Yahawah. That was 13, 14. And this is the confidence that we have in him, that if we ask anything according to his will, not man's will, okay, not man telling you what to do, right? He heareth us. And if we know that he hear us, whatsoever we ask, we know that we have the petition that we desire of him. A petition means that it's in front of him and he makes the decision, and he's already made that decision, so you will have a determination coming from your petition. 16. If any man see his brother sin, a sin which is not unto death, he shall ask, and he shall give him life for them that sin not unto death. There is a sin unto death. I do not say that he shall pray for it, because you don't want to. All unrighteousness is sin, and there is a sin not unto death. We know that whosoever is born of Yahawah sin not, but he that is begotten of Yahawah keepeth himself, and that wicked one toucheth him not. Okay? 19. And we know that we are of Yahawah, and the whole world lieth in wickedness, which is true. And we know that the Son of Yahawah is come and hath given us an understanding. That's right. Don't be spiritually ignorant, right? And understanding that we may know him that is true, and we are in him that is true. Even his Son, Yahawaah HaMashiach. This is the true power and eternal life. Right? Little children, keep yourselves from idols. Come on, right? Okay. Okay, you get that now. going to, this is where we need to talk about that spirit, okay? So we're going to go to Romans, and we're going to go, of course, we're going to Romans chapter 8. All right. Romans 8, I'm going to start at 13. All right, so as I said, the Ruach HaKodesh dwells in the children of Yahawah that he predestined to wake up to the infinitive process of regeneration that will come with your graduation. And it's the spirit jumping in and out of people. Okay? All right, so let's get into it. 13. For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye through the spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. For as many as are led by the spirit of Yahawah, they are the sons of Yahawah. Okay? For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again in fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahawah. And if children, then heirs, heirs of Yahawah, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall reveal in us. 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of Yahawah. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who has subjected the same in hope. Let me hit that for a second, because I think it's kind of important to talk about. For the creature was made subject to vanity. All right, we gonna dig into that one for a minute, because I think that bears some clarity. For the creature itself, okay, also shall deliver from bondage of corruption. But for the creature was made subject to vanity. So that means that, as I said before, the stages of the law that the Most High put down through creation, when we get down to our level of creation, this manifestation of this metabolistic animated creature he made is subject to vanity based on what has to happen with purification and cleansing so we can be in the presence of the Most High. In order for you to get your graduation paper, I'll use that as an analogy, for you to graduate, you have to get cleansed, you have to be purified in order to be in the presence of the Most High, so you can be in the process of regeneration, which also is that infinitive stamp that will be raised to another level. So the creature is subject to vanity through this transitional prophetic process, but you still get to the point of regeneration if you graduate with the cleansing and the purification that happens to the creature. So this is what we need to understand in reference to the portion of that first part, and I just wanted to stop and hit that. Not willing, but by reason of him who has subjected the same in hope. And in other words, if he's subjected the same in hope, that means that he's in complete control of everything that happens through this regenerative process, which has already been predetermined before the foundation of the world when it comes to us that are chosen. That's in scripture, rough paraphrasing. But I'm just saying to you, we need to understand that he's in control of all things, and things have been set forth. And so once we get into the new covenant, it serves to understand that things will all be done decently in order, and you will not be getting spiritual power to go willy-nilly and do whatever the freak you want. You will be in order. You will be in order. You will be doing things decently in order. You're not going to take spiritual power and freak out and go just do stuff to people that are heathens and everything else just because you want to. No. It's going to be rank and order, just like in heaven right now. Everything's in rank and order. Angels just don't go do whatever they want to do. The Most High directs and controls all things through his Son, and the Son's only going to do what the Father has told him and allowing him to do. And just like when we get into the new kingdom, it's going to have to be the same way, because the Most High don't change when it comes to that. it will be decently in order, and no one's going to willy-nilly off and start doing freaky, weird shit with the power of the Most High and the spiritual power. You're not. You're going to stay in order. Plus, it won't even be in your spirit to be able to do it. It's not going to be allocated in that way. All right. So we ain't going to go into that part of it. Let's finish. Okay. All right. But by reason of him who has subjected the same in hope, because the creature in itself also shall be delivered from bondage of corruption. See, you won't be able to do anything anymore that would be wicked. You're not having Esau's. You're not going to have the puppetized Esau's nasty, wicked-ass garage sale and take it into the covenant, the new kingdom. You ain't doing it. And if you don't like it, too damn bad, because you ain't doing it. All right? Corruption is the glorious liberty of the children of Yahawah. Read it again. Because the creature in itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of Yahawah. See, we become the children of Yahawah. Will Israelite monumental activity and recognition be there? Yes, because there's the 12 gates that have the 12 tribes on the gates. So clearly we'll have an indication of notoriety in reference to being of the Israelite lineage, which will show forth in heaven on the gates. But it says that we're going to the corruption will be away, bondage of corruption will go away, and we'll go into the glorious liberty of the children of Yahawah. We'll be called that like we were from the beginning, before Adam, right? For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption, which is the regeneration of our body. Okay? All right? For 24, right? I'll grab it. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doeth he yet hope for? But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought, but the Spirit in itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. Okay? So, if that's what the Spirit's doing in line of what you're praying for, what you have to offer in the process of cohesively bringing everything to the Father in repentance is praise and worship. It just falls in line with that automatically. So we need to make sure that we understood that is the process, right? We're going to wrap it up soon. We only got a few more precepts to go, but hopefully you're getting this lesson, and if it's edifying for you, that's awesome and that's great. Call halal Yahawah by Hashem Yahushua, right? And if it's not edifying for you, and if it's cutting your ass, halal Yahawah by Hashem Yahushua. Okay, so that's the way it has to go. Right, we're going to Ephesians chapter 1. Okay, so Ephesians 1, and I think I'm going to start 4. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4. According as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. And then I'm going to go to 4, get down to precept 6, and it says, to the praise of the glory of his grace, wherein he hath made us accepted in the beloved. See, praise. And then I'm going from 6 to 8, wherein he hath abounded toward us in all wisdom and prudence. Okay, wisdom, prudence, right? You're going to know that. And then I'm going to hit 11. I'm kind of skipping down each one because precept upon precept, right? In whom also we have obtained an inheritance, being predestined according to the purpose of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his own will. See, the Most High's own will. He's in control of everything. Not man, not someone that runs your camp. He is in charge. You come out and you trying to look like Yahushua and think that you all this, that, and the third. Let me tell you something. No, you're not. And you better cut it out, okay? 11. We're going to 13. In whom ye also trusted after that ye heard the word of truth, the gospel of your salvation, in whom also after that ye believed, ye were sealed with that Holy Spirit of promise. So if you're sealed with the Holy Spirit of promise, it's in you, it ain't going nowhere. All right? Okay. Now, we're going to, I got 14, 15, and then I'm coming out of this script, out of this chapter, which is the earnest of our inheritance until the redemption, the regeneration of the purchased possession unto the praise of his glory. 15, wherefore I also, after I heard of your faith in YAHAWAH and love unto all the saints. So the Most High is certainly looking after those that are keeping the sacred name, following through with what they have been instructed, and not being bugged out by the bug outs. Okay? All right, going into Luke, we're getting ready to finish up. We only got a couple more precepts and then we're going to be out. This has been a very interesting and fruitful lesson that the Most High put through me. I was kind of really concerned about how well it was going to go, but I feel like he's bringing out the points that he wants to have brought out. Luke chapter 1, and I'm going with 18, and I will do 18, 19, and 20 for a reason of 18 first. And Zechariah said unto the angel, whereby shall I know this question? For I am an old man, and my wife well stricken in years. Now, of course, we know when John the Baptist is going to be brought into 2 years of brought into the ministry and brought into life, and his parents were old, like as with Sarah and Abraham, right? 19, and the angel answering said unto him, I am Gabriel, man of God, that stand, man of Yahawah, that stand in the presence of Yahawah, and am sent to speak unto thee, and to show thee these glad tidings. So then you have another angel, Gabriel, that man that stands in the presence of Yahawah. And 20, and behold, thou shalt be dumb and not able to speak until the day that these things shall be performed, because thou believest not my words, which shall be fulfilled in their season. Now, I'm glad I'm coming towards an end with this part of it, because this needs to definitely be expounded on, because we got a lot of this that's happening right now. The Most High is putting a major level of spiritual blockage on a lot of people, including some people who can be considered the elect. Now, the priest Zacharias he's definitely considered to be one of the elect from his resume. You know, because it even says in the scriptures that him and Elizabeth had been doing the law, and they hadn't broken it, and they were the only ones perfect in it. Okay? But now, even though they were perfect in the law, in the Most High's eyes, he still sent an angel to dumbfound it. Why? Let's do it again. All right? 20, and behold, thou shalt be dumb, blocked. You're going to be blocked and not able to speak until the day that these things shall be performed. Now, this is the kind of stuff that we're dealing with right now. The Most High has put a lot of spiritual dumbness on a lot of people who could be considered, from our viewpoint, the elect. Zacharias is clearly the case. So if he did it to him, what makes you think he won't do it to us? So he was dumb, right? It says here, and not able to speak. Now, if you're not able to speak, that means that your mind is not able to formulate any understanding that's worthwhile speaking about. Okay? Until the day that these things shall be performed, which means you're going to have to wait until the prophetic process is right up inside the door and going on and just about completed. And you've got a lot of this going on right now with the way certain men are supposed to be knowing what's going on, and they're dumb as hell. Because thou believest not my words. You see what the title of the lesson that I put up for the image, right? Believest not my words, which shall be fulfilled in their season. So that's why this is a serious message in reference to how you're supposed to be following directives leading up to and ending in the process that actually manifests itself in your face, which is what you're seeing right now. And that's why Yahweh gave me, the Spirit said, you need to read that precept to them. And I'll read it again. And the angel answering said unto him, I am Gabriel, that stand in the presence of Yahweh, and am sent to speak unto thee, and to show thee these things, right? These glad tidings, Shaki. And behold, thou shalt be dumb and not able to speak until the day that these things shall be performed, because thou believest not my words, which shall be fulfilled in their season. Okay? So, in closing, we're going to go to 2 Kings. Okay? And we're going to go to 17. Chapter 17, and we're going to read 34 and 38. And we're going to be closing it out, because this is what you need to be doing, and you need to get on point with it, because if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. He told me to tell you what I told you, and I told you. And it reads from 34, and I'm going to go all the way down to 38. I might even finish it out, the whole thing. All the way down. Okay. 34. Unto this day they do after the former manners. They fear not Yahweh, neither do they fear their statutes or after a shlaki. Neither do they after their statutes or after their ordinances or after the law and commandment which Yahweh commanded the children of Jacob, whom he named Israel. 35. With whom Yahweh had made a covenant and charged them, saying, Ye shall not fear other gods, nor bow yourselves to them, nor serve them, nor sacrifice to them. But Yahweh, who brought you up out of the land of Egypt with great power and a stretched out arm, him shall ye fear. That means you'll give him the highest and highest love you can possibly give him. And him shall ye worship. How many times does he have to tell you that I'm telling you, you better be worshiping, not just praying. And to him shall you do sacrifice, right? And the statutes and the ordinances and the law and the commandments which he wrote for you, ye shall observe to do forevermore, and ye shall not fear other gods. And the covenant that I have made with you, ye shall not forget, neither shall ye fear other gods again. But Yahweh, your power, ye shall fear, and he shall deliver you out of the hand of all your enemies. Howbeit they did not hearken, but they did after their former manner. So these nations feared Yahweh and served their graven images, both their children and their children's children, as did their fathers do, so do they unto this day. This is what we got going on at this time, because they don't understand the love that is supposed to be the fear that is going to take you into the right perspective to pick up the clues so that you won't get abused, and in the process you will get the directives where you will be able to follow suit and do what the Father says he needs you to do in order for you to get through Jacob's trouble, to get through isolation, tribulation. We're all going to go through it. None of what we collect, none of what we have, none of what we stored is going to save us. But the obedience is what saves us, by getting the proper information, getting the clues down, following the clues to the directives through the deja vu, and as well as the unction that he gives you through the Spirit that dwells in you. It doesn't hop on you. And then, you will be in a position to fear Father, and Father will show you how to be in a Goshen position. Goshen position? Who is offering you the ability and the directives to go through this prophetic process to the Goshen position? This is the lesson that I had to give for YAHAWAH Shem Yahushai. And that's all I got. So, call Yahawah, Vashem Yahushai, Vashem Rakakudash, the water Yahawah, water Yahawah, Vashem Yahushai, Shaki Yahawah, oh my sin, never cry. Oh Yahweh, Vashem